I think we should introduce ourselves. And I'd like to introduce you. You are, amongst many things, a preeminent cardiologist who specializes in keeping people thriving and aliving.
Yes.
To coin a phrase. And to have your wisdom and be able to ask you questions and really try to, because I'm on my own journey of cardiac health, to have that resource and then also be able to share it with other people, I think is a very exciting proposition, because you really do have some keys that a lot of people don't know. I certainly didn't.
Well, thank you for those kind words. I have gone through my own journey, learned over time with, more than 30 years in medicine. And I'd like to share that and that wisdom and that experience with everyone. That's the way that we should do, right? It's a bit about giving back, but it's also about learning about people. And I think over time we'll have different guests with different stories, different experiences, and hopefully we'll be able to learn from them as well. You yourself have lived in Europe. You went to school here in Dallas, certainly in Greece and in England, back to the United States. That's a journey that has given you an experience that's unique.
Well, I think I'm going to be a good piece of this podcast, because I've basically been a glorified tourist. And with that comes a curiosity.
Absolutely.
And I'm really, really, really interested in to get deep into the topics that we're going to cover.
Right.
With the principle of leverage. And I'd like to ask you, why did you choose leverage as the name of the podcast?
So for me, in this regard, it's about gaining leverage over your health, not letting things happen to you from a health perspective. That is both mental, physical, spiritual, core health, and we can define those down the line, but taking the bull by the horns, being preemptive. I, as you said, like to keep people going longer for longer by being a preventive cardiologist, no pun intended, but pun intended. So my goal is to do risk assessment and see where you are, not in a moralistic fashion or a judgmental fashion, but rather in an objective way, and hopefully point you in the right direction so you can attain your own goals in terms of improving your own health and avoiding downstream complications that, can be catastrophic, especially in a young individual. And I think in today's world, with so much information out there, we're seeing, in fact, an increase in all of the risk factors that cause cardiovascular disease.
What do you mean by that? What are the risk factors that cause cardiovascular disease, and how are they increasing nowadays?
Excellent. So the traditional risk factors are hypertension, with about 100 million people in the U.S. having that.
Right.
Diabetes and prediabetes, if you count both of those groups, it's about 88 to 90 million people, many undiagnosed. The third is cholesterol abnormalities. And again, we'll go into each of these later on. The fourth, of course, is smoking.